Good evening on this Monday, the 16th day of June 2025. I hope you are doing well despite the onset of the cold season. Thank you for choosing Newswatch on Hope TV tonight. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let us take a look at the day's news. After days of public pressure, Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Kipkoech Lagat has officially stepped aside as investigations continue into the controversial death of the blogger Albert Ojwang. In a statement issued today, Lagat has said he made the decision in view of the seriousness of the matter and public interest. The DIG has pledged full cooperation with authorities and extended condolences to Ojwang's family. Ojwang was arrested after allegedly publishing corruption claims against Lagat, including alleged abuse of power and police postings, and the acquisition of a $2.6 million property in Dubai. Former Chief Justice David Maraga is now demanding the immediate arrest of top police officials over the controversial death of blogger and teacher Albert Ojwang, who died in police custody, an incident that has sparked national outrage and widespread protests. Addressing the press earlier today, Maraga called for the arrests of DCI Director Mohammed Amin and Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, accusing them of lying under oath. He also wants Deputy Inspector General Eliud Lagat prosecuted, saying there is credible evidence linking him either directly or indirectly to the brutal killing. The former Chief Justice has warned that if no action is taken, he will personally join Kenyans in the streets to push for justice and accountability on June the 25th.
The three institutions charged with the maintenance of law and order, that's the National Police Service, the DCI, and the IPOA, have lied on oath. Consequently, the Kenyans have lost trust in, the Kenyan people have lost trust in them. This cannot be allowed to continue. Our institutions of human rights and the justice need a serious resetting and a rebuilding. To begin this resetting and rebuilding process, we demand the arrest of the DCI because he lied on oath, and the IG, as well as Mr. Lagat himself, and they be prosecuted, and those, of course, who are associated with the murder of Ojwang. To clear this, to be clear, we support the efforts of the other Kenyans who have already petitioned for private prosecution. And if no action is taken, we will join them and come up even with fresh charges against them. And we demand that this be done on or before the 25th of June this year.
Former Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi has hit out at the National Police Service, accusing it of theatrics over the murder of teacher and blogger Albert Ojwang. Speaking at a public rally in Kanyombora Market, Embu County, Muturi criticized the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and the Inspector General's office for failing to act decisively a week after Ojwang's body was found in Nairobi. He expressed concern over rising cases of abductions and forced disappearances and killings allegedly involving rogue officers, saying the public deserves a full account of Ojwang's arrest and death. Muturi also questioned why Deputy Inspector General Lagat has not been asked to step aside despite being linked to the case, drawing comparisons to the resignation of former IG Japhet Koome following last year's Gen Z protests.
Na yale yote ambayo yanatendeka sasa leo ni sarakasi tu. DCI, Douglas Kanja, IG wa polisi, Eliud Lagat, tafadhalini, kama mmechoka na ile kazi mnafanya, ondokeni, wa Kenya wengine wafanye kazi. Kwa sababu Tungeanza kuambiwa statement ya kwanza, wale askari walienda kuchukua huyo kijana ni fulani na fulani na fulani, na statement zao ndio hizi. Mlipomleta, kwa nini mlichukua masaa ngapi? Kama mlikuja na masaa 6, mlimpeleka wapi? Kabla afike Central Police, walienda wapi? Kabla mpeleke mwili, kwa sababu ni mwili tu, mlimfanyia nini? Wewe Eliud Lagat, ilisemekana wewe ndio ulikuwa mlalamishi. Wapi hiyo statement yako? Uliandika katika kituo gani? Ulipolalamika, wewe ndio ulipeana amri askari waende kuchukua huyu kijana Ojwang. Kwa nini statement ya Eliud Lagat atuoneshwi?
The Law Society of Kenya, LSK, has launched a 17-member efficiency and ethics task force to supervise operations within courts and land registries. The move aims to eliminate corruption and boost efficiency in Kenya's legal and land sectors. The task force, made up of experienced legal professionals, will develop actionable strategies to address ongoing land disputes and ensure the integrity of processes related to land ownership and justice. The initiative also seeks to promote transparency and accountability with a strong focus on protecting marginalized communities that are often exploited in land-related cases. By streamlining services and holding public officers accountable, the task force hopes to rebuild public trust and ensure fair access to justice for all.
A lot of questions continue to arise, particularly in our criminal justice system, which has come under a lot of scrutiny over the last 2 years. The processes of arrests of the Gen Zs, the abductions and enforced disappearance of the youth, and the defining silence of investigations and prosecution 1 year later. And more so today that the people of Kenya are mourning the death of Albert Ojwang. Before our case gets to court, the process of gathering evidence and the process of preparing for trial is crucial.
This initiative goes to the very heart of our shared constitutional responsibility to ensure that justice is accessible, expeditious, and corruption-free. As we all acknowledge, registries are central pillars of our courts and land governance structures. Their effectiveness and integrity directly affect public trust and confidence in our justice and land governance system.
To restore efficiency, ethics, and ultimately public trust. In crafting a proof framework, we must be humble enough to learn from global best practices, but confident enough to adopt them to our local realities. For example, Rwanda's Irembo Digital and Land Service Portal offers a model for integrating automation and reducing discretion of public officers.
On that note, let's take a short break on Newswatch tonight. We have more coming up on the other side.
Are you in business or agribusiness? Then this is your moment. This June from the 26th to the 28th, Sitim Karen will host the 6th CBF Global Conference and Expo, Africa's premier kingdom business gathering, themed the Eden Mandate. The conference brings together voices shaping faith and enterprise. Hear from keynote speakers like Nick Bridge, a business theologian from the United States, Alan Klavuka, CEO of Kenya Airways, Bishop Robert Bemba, an agribusiness pioneer from Liberia, and Betty Kibara, director at the Rockefeller Foundation. Come learn, connect, and grow. Get your tickets for just 2,000 shillings. Visit cbf.sitam.org to register or WhatsApp 0718-229-390 for details. The Eden Mandate. It's time to tend, keep, and thrive.
Welcome to the world of Hope Media, a media unit of Christ is the Answer Ministries that is committed to spreading the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ through the transformative power of media. Hope Media is dedicated to utilizing various forms of media to spread the message of hope, love, and redemption to all people around the world. Hope Media consists of various units that work together to achieve this goal. These units include Hope FM. Hope FM is your #1 Christian radio station offering you discussions on current day-to-day issues, inspiring music, life-changing sermons, and news updates, broadcasting 80% in English and 20% in Swahili, with listenership of over 12 million every month. Hope TV. Hope TV programming is designed to inspire, educate, and challenge the viewer with wholesome content to reach various demographic groups, children, youth, and adults, both male and female, with viewership of over 24 million every month. Hope Recording Studios. Hope Recording Studios is a state-of-the-art recording facility that offers high-quality recording, mixing, and mastering services. It is designed to meet the needs of musicians, artists, and other creative professionals who require top-notch recording facilities. Hope Creative. At Hope Creatives, we believe that inspiring graphic design work doesn't just happen. It takes the right people with wild out-of-the-box ideas committed to the same ideals, working together to make it happen. We listen, we learn, we brand. Hope Digital. Hope Digital is a creative digital unit within Hope Media. We are driven by a passion to creatively express ourselves while influencing you with the same creative energy in online spaces and beyond. At Hope Media, we believe that media can be a powerful tool for spreading the message of hope as well as grow your business through advertisements, and we do this with excellence. For more information regarding our services, please visit www.hopemediakenya.org or call us on 0709 861 180. Hope Media. We keep hope alive.
Welcome back. Youth in Kisumu County have issued an ultimatum to the National Youth Council led by Director Gloria Wawira to announce the date for youth leadership elections by June 21st or face legal action and mass protests. The demand follows allegations that some young people were coerced into paying bribes while seeking registration at relevant offices across the country. The youth say that despite raising their concerns multiple times through the media, key officials, including Youth Affairs Cabinet Secretary Salim Vuria and Director Gloria Wawira, have failed to provide any response or solution. They have vowed to push for the removal of those officials if the matter is not urgently addressed.
Set National Youth Council election date or step aside. For the third time, without substantive action, the youth can now confirm to the president that the missed step appointing of Mr. Salim Vuria as the cabinet secretary and Madam Gloria as the CEO National Youth Council. It is alarming that after our second press briefing, the ministry did not take any effort to do the right thing and instead resort to calling the media house to threaten the Kericho youth for the delivering our message and asking for our contacts. The cabinet secretary to publish the date of the national youth election by 21st June 2025, failure to which we will proceed to deploy our constitutional means, including peaceful walks and going to court to seek for its removal. The National Youth Council give a public apology by 21st June 2025 for the CEO non-representative behavior, failure to which we demand the removal of CEO Ms. Gloria Wawira. Also, National Youth Council to start giving national updates on the progress made by the registered person in ensuring youth access to national identification on monthly basis, including the updates from the county offices and not from the cohort of their office or not at the comfort of their office in Nairobi.
In Laikipia North, a new initiative is giving hope to vulnerable youth through skills training that blends modern techniques with traditional knowledge. Vocational training institutions are now reaching deep into rural communities. A unique partnership between Laikipia North Technical and Vocational College and the Impact Trust has launched a center targeting Morans, and girls who dropped out of school. At the Mayanat Indigenous Youth Life Skills and Cultural Development Center, 47 young people have graduated, receiving certificates and startup kits to help launch small businesses. Graduates have called it a lifeline as the rising cost of living pushes education further out of reach for many.
This center was founded to address the needs of pastoralist youth, recognizing that the youth, there is very low transition of the youth to colleges and other tertiary institutions. So this center came in to fill that gap so that the youth can have somewhere close home that they can come and practice hand-on skills. Also, this center came in to fill the gap of low education rates in northern Kenya. So if you look at the majority of the youth, they've not had prior formal learning. So these are ideally Morans and people who grew up herding and they've not been exposed to other formal education system.
Nashukuru kwanza hii kampuni ya Impact. Kwa sababu mimi nimeshindwa kupeleka hii kijana yangu shule ingine juu sina school fees. Lakini kwa hii shule wakati tu wameanza kujenga hapa nikasikia ni 5,000, nikashukuru Mungu kabisa. Juu nikienda kufanyia watu kibarua, hata kupangusa manyumba, hata kuosha vyombo, nikasanya hiyo pesa, sasa hivi kijana yangu akapata kusoma.
This is a very innovative approach where the college leaves, the college actually comes to the village or to the Manyata where we undertake the training. This is a partnership between Laikipia North Technical and Impact, and we have today seen the graduation of 47 trainees in both in masonry, in carpentry, in plumbing, and even in hairdressing.
Na mimi sijaingia shule, lakini nilikuwa natamani hii kazi ya hairdressing, hiyo ndio nimesomea. Sasa ndio nataka kufanya hiyo kazi, ndio naona mama ndio akona pesa sana hapo kufanya hiyo kazi. Nilikuwa na mpango ya kufungua salon na sasa nataka kuanza hiyo kazi.
Sasa hizi hata vile tumekaa hivi kuna opportunities mingi sana za kazi. Juu huku tulikuwa tunaendea mafundi huko mbali, but sasa at least tumewapata. Zile courses zenye tumepewa huku, kuna masonry, kuna carpentry, kuna hairdressing na kuna plumbing. So at least the society now itapata mafundi wa hiyo kazi yote. Hawatakuwa wanaenda kuwatafuta huko mbali.
Agriculture and Livestock Development Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has lauded West Kenya Sugar Company for its farmer-focused approach, citing consistent weekly payments to over 120,000 contracted farmers and regular staff wages. Speaking during a visit to the mill, Kagwe noted that the company disburses over 14 billion shillings annually to farmers and invests an additional 7 billion shillings in cane development, calling it a model for private sector participation in the revival of Kenya's sugar industry. To curb rising cases of cane poaching, CS Kagwe urged farmers to stay loyal to millers that support their livelihoods and directed the Sugar Board to set up zonal boundaries to minimize conflicts among millers. The CS later toured Butali sugar mills in Kakamega County, continuing his nationwide assessment of the private sector's role in sugar industry reforms.
The issue of subdivision of the land, because we are subdividing the land to the extent that it is no longer economically feasible. So nyinyi wazee who are around us, I think we have to find a way, me included, kama mzee, we have to look for a way of running these businesses. May they be sugar, may they be tea, may they be coffee. We need to look for a way of securing these areas and running them as family businesses, rather than subdividing them to such small units that nobody makes anything. Everybody loses. So I think it's a challenge I'm throwing out there. I don't have an answer, but it's a challenge I would like to throw out there so that people can give some thoughts. On the issue of fertilizers, I'm surprised about what you have said, because our understanding is that your people are supposed to be getting the subsidized fertilizer. If you are registered under the KMS, you have to be a registered farmer in order for you to get a voucher on your phone that tells you how much fertilizer you are entitled to. Are we together? So, and what we have done is, in fact, for the maize and others in the factories, is that the millers are supposed to aggregate all the farmers that they have under KMS. All right, so that when the miller, they get the fertilizer here, it will be for specific farmers at specific quantities.
The government has announced plans to work with universities and vocational institutions to equip students with skills suited for the evolving job market. Speaking in Embu during the second edition of the MSMEs Connect Forum, Principal Secretary for MSME Development, that is Susan Mangeni, said the focus is shifting from traditional employment to job creation through entrepreneurship. With Kenya's median age at 17, PS Mangeni emphasized the need for early preparation of youth for self-employment, calling for a stronger entrepreneurial mindset among learners. She said the government will engage institutions of higher learning to ensure students can turn their training into viable businesses.
Tunataka kuanza kushirikiana na vyuo vikuu na hasa hata zile college zetu kama TVET tuweze through Dean of Student Offices, Student Leadership na washikadau wote, Vice Chancellor's Office, tukuja pamoja tuzungumzie jinsi tunavyoweza kuprepare our student not just for jobs outside there but for creating their own jobs through entrepreneurship. And then we see how do we start now linking them up to interventions zenye tuko nazo. Kama ukiona ministry yetu tuko na Uwezo Fund ambayo hui na support vijana wakiwa kwa vikundi, na hivi majuzi pia tumeweza kuzindua loan specially ile ya kuwawezesha kupata zile kazi majuu, tunaita uwezesha kazi majuu. Kwa hivyo ukiweza after graduation upate huko job majuu, maybe hauna air ticket na labda hauna pia tuseme pesa ya visa, hizo vitu kidogo kidogo, tutakupatia hiyo mkopo ambao ukishaenda huko ng'ambo upate hiyo kazi uanze kufanya kwa miezi kadhaa utaanza kulipa pole pole. We just want to enable our young people wapate these opportunities.
Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has toured West Kenya Sugar Company in a push to promote best practices in the sugar industry. The visit comes just weeks after the farm secured a 30-year lease to operate the struggling Zoea Sugar Company. West Kenya Sugar, now the official operator of Zoea Sugar, under a new lease deal, hosted Kagwe as he launched a 4 billion shillings national investment plan aimed at reviving the sugar sector. Funded through the Sugar Development Levy, the plan dedicates nearly 2 billion shillings to cane development, with the rest going to road upgrades, factory rehabilitation, research, and support for farmer associations. CS Kagwe called on Kenyans to support private investors breathing new life into the industry, saying the country must transition from a net importer to an exporter of sugar by 2026.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches goes beyond. Watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond. Watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Now in sports, Kenya Police Football Club has been crowned the 2024-2025 FKF Premier League champions for the first time in the club's history, following a hard-fought 1-0 win over Shabana FC at the Machakos Stadium on Sunday. Gabriel Odhiambo scored the decisive goal in the 75th minute, capitalizing on a well-taken corner by Tyson Otieno, sealing the title for Kenya Police. The team is set to be officially awarded the Premier League trophy this weekend during their final home match against Gor Mahia. It's a double celebration for the club as their women's team, Police Bullets, also clinched the FKF Women's Premier League title, marking a landmark achievement for Kenya Police FC across both divisions.
Anairusha Baraka Badie Jaga nenda jichezo! Mzee wa Trivela pass Justin Omando Nyangwara pembeni kumtafuta Msaga, analeta vivo hivyo, control uzuri, last ball amegeuka nao uzuri, mwamuzi anasema mna nyanyuka mchezo. Wakimwaga ugali kwa maana kurusha kwa Frank Mandela. Mafande nao wanamwaga mboga, anaenda kurusha Baraka Badie Dage kama mkuki, anairusha Baraka Badie Jaga nenda jichezo.
And Kenya Women's Soccer National Team Harambee Stars made a confident return to the Sekafa Senior Women's Championship, kicking off their 2025 campaign with a dominant 3-0 win over Burundi in their Group B opener in Dar es Salaam. Midfielder Martha Amunyolet was the star of the match, scoring 2 goals and earning the Player of the Match award, along with a cash prize of 250,000 Tanzanian shillings. Faith Mboya sealed the win with a third goal during extra time. The Starlets appear to be in top competitive form, showcasing strong technical ability and impressive team cohesion right from the start of the tournament. Tomorrow, they face close rivals Uganda in a crucial match that will determine the two tops group that will determine who tops Group B. I beg your pardon.
Mashuti mawili langoni, mabao mawili langoni. Kenya wanaanza mapema kujalia pointi za gizani tu, dakika za mapema kabisa, asubuhi. Biashara yao inaweza kuanza kuwapa faida. Chongele kona ndani kule, inapita bila kupingwa. Martha ndani kule, kukamwapa mtambaa panya huku. Hapo panya inakuwa inafika mlinda mlango, bado na mbamba kwenye box huku, nafasi ndani kule. Tahadhari na mwiko wakati wa kupakua. Mtaraji Makoko chungu takitoboa jezi nambari 8.
And we do wish them well as they play that match. And that story brings us to the end of Newswatch this evening. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. See you on Thursday, 9 p.m. for the day's events. For now, it's goodbye and have a good night.